everybody. Welcome to the Hallmarkies podcast. We're really excited today. We have one of our Hall stars is here that we are thrilled is here to talk with us. And I am film director Rachel Wagner, and I'm so excited to be talking again with Laura Osnes. Laura, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Hi, Rachel. Thanks for having me. I'm so happy to be here. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, how have you been? How have you been doing? I know it's just been such a crazy time with this whole quarantine and everything that's happened. And how have you been doing?
Yeah, I've actually been doing I would say surprisingly well considering the circumstance. I am currently actually, my husband and I have been traveling a little bit. We took a road trip home to Minnesota to visit our families in August, and then we drove down to Nashville to visit some friends and family there as well. And then I'm currently at this exact moment in Washington State. We decided to fly for the first time, and we're very safe about it. Mask, the whole deal, sanitizing everything, and so we're here visiting some other friends for a few weeks. So I feel like I've had those distractions to kind of help keep me busy. I haven't been just like stuck at home doing absolutely nothing, and I'm really grateful to still have some human contact. And we've been testing everywhere we've been to also ensure our safety, just so everybody knows, because I am all for wearing a mask and all for staying safe and all for quarantining as well.
Yeah, so are we as the podcast. Definitely mask up, be safe. I mean, I haven't been able to travel at all, but I did go out and to go to the movies a few times, but was very careful, very spaced, had a huge section all to myself with my mask. And so I think it was pretty safe, but yeah, it's been a crazy, challenging time, but I'm glad it sounds like you've found a way to thrive, which is very inspiring.
Well, thank you. But I do think it's that balance of everyone is like, oh, the world needs to start turning again. We all kind of need to return a little bit to what we were doing, or at least try to. But then also, if it happens too quickly or if people aren't safe about it, the cases spike again. So it's finding that balance. I think we're all so hungry for human connection and getting back out into the world, and yet we have to do so very, very carefully and very safely.
Now, obviously, you must have been devastated about the Broadway closing down. I mean, what has that experience been like for you and supporting your friends and loved ones that are on Broadway through this hard time?
It's really hard. This is, for so many of us, this is the one thing we put all our eggs in, this musical theater basket, and it's what we do. It's our passion, it's our livelihood. And it's been really hard to see our industry shut down for an unprecedented amount of time. Like, this doesn't happen with what we do. And if all else fails, even when things go wrong, it's like people need the arts, people need music, people need this creativity to get them through hard times, to provide an escape and a source of joy and hope and entertainment. And it's been very hard not to have that. And so many theaters and costume shops and the gamut are at risk of being put out of business forever. Regional theaters across the country. So we are fighting for funding and just praying that our industry can be salvaged in a way. And it's going to look different for a while. Again, it's not safe for Broadway theaters to open right now. So it's not like I wish Broadway was open again as much as I do wish it was open again. I think we need to come up with some creative ways to continue to put art into the world until it is safe, until either there's a vaccine or it's safe for large groups of people to gather again, because everybody's safety has to be ensured. But what I thought was so special about this Hallmark movie, I mean, kind of jumping to that for a minute, is that the whole cast and crew quarantined together. So we were one of the first back to production. And part of me is like, can we do that for Broadway? Like, is there a way to get a cast or crew, kind of quarantine together? What if we did it for a short amount of time and we filmed it so that art could, again, still be put out in the world, but, and even, theater breaking that fourth wall or somehow able to film it in a theatrical space. I don't know. Some shows are starting to do that.
I don't know if it was 6 or one of the I feel like I've heard
Diana.
Oh, it's Diana. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I heard that they were doing that with one of the shows, which I think is great. I mean, you guys have been doing basically that with the with the Princess Party with your
Yes,
online.
we did. Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for bringing that up too. I have a concert series, for those of you that don't know, called the Broadway Princess Party, and it's me. I played Cinderella on Broadway, and then the actress who played Belle in Beauty and the Beast on Broadway, Susan Egan, and Jasmine in Disney's Aladdin on Broadway, Courtney Reed. And the three of us with our music director Ben, plus our prince. We have a guest prince, Adam. We travel and do concerts across the world or across the country, and all of our concerts for 2020 were canceled, and we recently all quarantined together to be able to put on a virtual concert just a couple weeks ago, and it was very special.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I love that. I do love the creativity that has come out. The one of the great things about America is that we are adaptable, and we are great at coming up with creative solutions to difficult situations. And I think you've seen that here in this
Yeah, I completely
situation.
agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Well, so you're talking about One Royal Holiday. We are really looking forward to this film. And you had a bunch of Broadway people there with you in this, particularly Victoria Clark, which I was so excited about because I got to see her back in 2006 in Light in the Piazza.
Piazza, me too.
And that was incredible and unbelievable. And so to have her in the Hallmark family is really exciting.
Well, thank you for your support of Broadway as well. I have also been a fan of Victoria Clark forever, and she and I got to do Cinderella on Broadway in 2013, and she played my fairy godmother, and it was magical.
Oh, did she?
So, yeah, so she's a dear friend of mine, and I actually I hope this is okay to say, I actually kind of put her name in the hat to our director, Dustin, to be like, hey, I don't know if you have anyone for the Queen yet, but if you don't know Victoria Clark, like, she would be amazing. And it actually ended up, it worked. It all worked out. It actually happened. And so I was overjoyed to be reunited with Vicky. And as I said, the whole cast quarantined together. So it was nice to have her as like my buddy, my family, I call her my mama bear.
Yeah.
And to have her on that journey, and yeah, she's just royal. I mean, she's effervescent and gorgeous. It was just such a joy to get to have her in this movie.
Great. And you also had Aaron Tveit.
Yes, Aaron Tveit. And I've known Aaron for a while. We've done some concerts together, but have never actually done like a full project like this, gotten to play opposite each other in that way. So I was thrilled. I was also thrilled when I found out he was going to be playing the leading man. And then I was like, wait, this is going to be a Broadway show and a Hallmark movie. We have Crystal Joy Brown as well, who is currently starring in Hamilton, and Tom McGowan, who has been a wizard in Wicked on Broadway. So yeah,
I didn't realize that.
A whole Broadway crew. And I think because we're all out of work right now, Broadway's shut down. And so we're all suddenly available to get to do this. It was really special.
Yeah, that's amazing. Next time we just need to make it a full-on musical.
That would be fun.
That would be my dream come true.
We do some Christmas caroling in the movie, but it's very kind of pedestrian, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But you will get to hear us sing a little. And we recorded a song.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, just today came out a video of you guys singing, you and Aaron singing Winter Wonderland. And so that's exciting.
Yeah, that was super fun because our characters don't really sing, but we kind of planted the seed. We were like, could we do a song? Like, let's record something for the credits or for the end of the movie or the beginning. And they wrote that whole arrangement just for us. And we recorded it in September and just came out today. And it's so fun and so special and great to get to share that with Aaron and have that to kind of commemorate making this film together.
Well, we're really excited for this movie, not only because of all these amazing people and you, but also because we're pretty good friends with the writer, Julie Sherman Wolfe. And
Yay!
So
she's amazing. I loved the first time I read the script. I laughed. I cried. I think she's so smart. And I hope that comedy and her smartness comes out in this film.
Yeah, she's really good at kind of injecting the humor into the movies, which you don't always get in these romances.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about that, about the film and your role in the film?
Sure. Anna is my character's Anna. She's a nurse at a hospital in Boston, and she's heading home to her father's inn for the holidays, but not before running into a very handsome but kind of pretentious young man and his mother whose flight got canceled, and they are going to have a hard time getting out of the city because of weather. And Anna overhears this conversation and says, "Hey, my dad has an income. You know, if you need to stay with us for a night, I'd be happy to drive you there." Because she just loves helping people. She's very service oriented, and sometimes at the expense of taking care of herself, she takes care of others. And they all get roped into driving to the inn together, where she finds out that they are actually royalty. And she's freaked out at first, but decides to show them what the holidays are like in her hometown and with her family. And she begins to warm the prince's heart a little bit, and he softens hers as well. She's been burned by love, and so she's not really looking for that. And again, doesn't she always kind of deflects love towards her, because she loves to really take care of other people. So it's so beautiful and so fun and funny, as we talked about. We got to do so many cool things on this film. And we shot it in July, so it was Christmas in July. I've been celebrating Christmas,
Yeah.
for the whole second half of this year.
Was that fun after playing Cinderella on Broadway to sort of be in a Cinderella type movie?
Absolutely. It was nice that, like, yeah, of course to fall in love with the prince, and even with like Broadway Princess Party, like I've kind of become known as like having this princess persona, and I like
Yeah.
being like the normal girl who was actually a little snarky, and she's more bold than Laura is, and so it was fun to get to kind of step foot in her shoes. And yeah, but then also still have that royal element. Obviously there's a whole Cinderella moment, I don't want to give it away, but there's a whole kind
Oh,
of Cinderella moment at the end. And Victoria and I, obviously having done Cinderella on Broadway together, we had a lot of fun reminiscing about our time on
yeah.
Cinderella, while also making this very royal film.
Do you remember what the name of the fake fake country?
Oh, Galwick. Actually, it's
Oh,
Galwick. They have
oh,
an
not
accent, so
bad.
we decided it's Galwick. The Galwickian Yule cake is actually a character in the movie. We spend a lot of time eating Galwickian Yule cake.
Oh, okay, good.
And
Well,
talking about the
I'll
crest
have
is
to tell Julie that's very good, because usually there's some kind of Eastern European name like Mulvania or something like that.
absolutely that it's there. It is a fictitious land, I believe.
Yeah,
But it's fantastic. They
yeah,
have like a family crest. It's like the three pines of Galwick. It's on the
love it.
luggage. A Hallmark. They pay attention to the details.
Yeah,
It was quite fun to see that.
that's great. I love it. So, what was it like shooting this film and a film like this in the era of COVID and being one of the first coming back? What was that like?
Yeah, I was astounded. It was pretty miraculous. The precautions that we all took, that Hallmark took, that our production company, and all of the artists involved. We had to be super careful. We had two like COVID experts on site taking our temperatures every day. We got COVID tests twice a week, like every 5 days. We were taking COVID tests. And we were all quarantined together, so no one was allowed to really come and go. The movie takes place at an inn, and we all stayed at that inn.
Hmm.
And so it was one royal holiday, all for 4 weeks, all day every day. But that actually made it really special too, because we played cards and board games on our off days, and I brought a ping pong table and put it outside, and we like played ping pong, and eating every meal together, socially distanced. But after 2 weeks, actually, because we were there for 4 weeks total, after 2 weeks we were allowed to at least like be a little closer together, knowing that we had all been quarantined and we're getting tested regularly. But all of the crew wore masks 24/7, whether we were shooting inside and outside or outside. yeah, I feel like every precaution was taken. We all learned a lot, but there were zero COVID cases in the 4 weeks that we were there, and we were all just figuring out very carefully how to continue production in the midst of a pandemic.
Yeah.
It was wild. And we had to call, the union on a couple things, and just remain in an open communication about how safe we felt and how our days were going.
Yeah, it's like a one royal holiday summer camp kind of.
Totally. That's exactly what it felt like. It felt like Hallmark summer camp, but it was like Christmas in July. Yeah, it was, that's definitely what it felt like. But we were all so grateful. I mean, it was to even get the call to be like, hey, Hallmark's making a movie. Do you want to do it in the midst of quarantine COVID? Like, and Broadway's shut down, and Aaron Tveit was doing a show at the time. He's the lead of Moulin Rouge. And to suddenly get the opportunity to work again, I'm so proud of Hallmark for wanting and needing to figure it out, and offering us work in a time where nobody really was working at all. It's really kind of a miracle.
Yeah, it makes me really proud too that they are putting all of these people that are so talented and that are just kind of left in limbo. That they were giving them something for them to do, and doing it in a safe way. And I don't know, it's just incredible. I mean, the every other part of media, I feel like is delays and delays and delays, and Hallmark and Lifetime and the Christmas movie people are just like, boom, go forward. We'll figure out a way. And I love it.
Right. That's exactly it. I'm like, they have so many fans that are relying on them pumping out 40 Christmas movies, and they're figuring it out, one production at a time. And like I said, we all learned so much. I wish that more crews were quarantining together, because I think now, they're starting to figure out, can you go home, and can things be catered in? And, rapid testing is now more readily available even than it was in July. So, it's
that's, like I said, that's the great thing about Canada and America, and that I just feel like we're very good at adapting to whatever challenge comes our way. And
I'm like, leave it to the artists, the actors to get creative with how to figure that out.
That's right. That's right. Well, very cool. I'm really excited for the movie. I think it'll be really fun, and I'm glad that you got to be a princess in a Hallmark movie. That's very exciting. It feels very apropos.
Thank you. I was very honored, and also feel very lucky.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's great. Well, thank you so much for coming and talking with us. Really appreciate it. And do you have social media you'd like to share?
Sure. I'm on Instagram at my name, Laura Osnes. It's LauraOsnes. And also on Twitter under that name. And that's it. I don't do TikTok. I'm like, I haven't jumped on that bandwagon quite yet.
That's okay. Neither have I. So we're good. I'll have all of that in the description section. Make sure you check it out. And thanks so much, Laura. Really appreciate it. And we will hopefully be able to reconnect again, maybe your next project next year. It'll be great.
I hope so. I hope I get to stay in the Hallmark family for a while. Thank you for your support of Hallmark.
Merry Christmas.
And all the things. And thanks to all for listening. Happy holidays.
Bye. I'd like to thank Laura for coming on the podcast. It was so much fun to get to talk with her and hear how she's doing, and her whole community, and hear how they're doing, and everybody on this film. We're really looking forward to it. So thank you so much to Laura, and make sure you're following the podcast at Hallmarkies Pod, Hallmarkies Podcast, all of our social media. And if you are listening on iTunes, please leave us your ratings and reviews. We really, really need that during this Christmas time, so that we get as many listeners as possible to find the podcast when they search for it. So if you could give us those ratings and reviews, it would sure be great. If you are watching on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate that as well. And we also have our Patreon group, which has lots of fun, cool experiences, but where you get behind the scenes, you get watch-alongs, you get our Facebook Patreon group. So please check that out. And we also have our merch store, which has tons of fun, festive designs, and including designs by artist Jessica Miller. So make sure to check that out. All that information information will be in the description section. You can follow me at Rachel's Reviews, all of our social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes. Make sure to check that out. And thanks again to Laura. Really appreciate it. And we'll talk to you all later. Merry Christmas. Bye.